Hey Josh, it's Tuesday, and I decided to make a phone vlog because it's been a little while since I did one, and yeah. um, so, first off, to answer I am in the shadow here. I turned on my light back there thinking that it would help a bit, but now I think it just made it worse. Alright, anyway, but first off, to answer your question from last week, I've kind of been trying to, like I said, when we're chatting on Saturday. I've kind of been staying away from a lot of the news and all that. But my reaction to the whole Florida thing is just, why do people do the things that they do like this? Like, I don't understand why people go about doing these mass shootings. I mean, I get it, it's to like spread terror and all that, but like, why though? Like, there's barely been any logical reasoning behind them wanting to do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, as far as I know, I mean, like I said, I haven't been paying too close of attention to all of it, because similarly to, or like, I've even been staying away from Facebook a lot because it's just like, oh, or it's like half of my friends are on the side of like make guns harder to get, and which, I mean, I'm more or less on that side, and then, or like arm the teachers, because, and then I'm here just like, what could possibly go wrong with arming the teachers? What could possibly go wrong? It's like, just if a high schooler was deranged enough to want to shoot up the school, you're kind of just making it easier by giving the teachers guns. Because, like, say the teacher walks out for a bit, and the student is just like, "Hey, I'll just take this and start shooting people." Like, sure, why not? And then also at the same time, it's just like, how are schools going to afford that? It's just like, I mean, governments hardly give them enough money to afford pencils, paper, crayons, all of that stuff. Where are they gonna get the money to give them a a pistol or anything like that? But so that's like the one side, and then the other side is like, oh, it's just, the typical, like, it's the Second Amendment that you're allowed to have guns, and I'm still over here just like, why do you need it? There went my phone. Why do you need an AR-15 to hunt or anything like that? It's just like, those weapons are made to. They're not made to just hunt your regular deer or elk or whatever it is that you want to hunt. It's just like, no, those are made for. I mean, I understand like the whole militia, or like the whole point of the Second Amendment is to have an active militia in case the government goes to hell and people decide to try and overthrow it with force. I mean, not. I don't know. It's just kind of an iffy subject for me, because it's like, I kind of understand both sides. I more agree with the side, this side, like, or like the people that are like, oh, make guns harder to get and all that. Because, I mean, yeah, it's way too easy to, um, it seems, or at least from what I've seen, it's like really, really easy to get guns of that caliber. I think that I'm using that word right. But still, it's just, I don't know. Like, I understand both sides, and I disagree with both sides at the same time. So I'm kind of in the middle, and so that's kind of why I'm trying to stay away from all of it, because it's just, I don't know. It's a lot. And that took up a lot more of this video than I thought it was going to. Um, can't really think of much else to talk about. I have a test tomorrow, so I'm gonna be I need to get back to studying that. So yeah, I guess I'll end this video here. So I don't even know what to ask for a question. I guess what's your stance on on the whole like do you think that we should get or try and arm teachers and staff members so they can help stop these sorts of things eventually, or do you think that or that's next to impossible to do? Oh, there with my voice. Or do you I don't really know how to say, I'm sure that you'll agree more with this side than this side. So but yeah, so just my question is what's your stance on the whole arming the teachers thing? Like, do you think that it's a good idea? Do you think that it'd be really hard to do, or I don't know. I'm kind of just pulling this out of nowhere. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. So yeah, Josh, I will see you on Friday. Later, bro.